GPS outage.
Oh, right, that's from the GPS jamming.
Yeah.
Today, the Russians jam our GPS, causing failure of all our primary navigation systems. Plus, we continue with the unbelievable scenery and beautiful weather. What a place to fly. It's 4 segments today with Widerøe, in the cockpit heading back from Kirkenes, all the way over to the northwestern islands above Lofoten, and down to Andenes, which serves the port city of Narvik. Let's go. Welcome back to Kirkenes, where I'm starting another multi-segment trip on Widerøe Dash 8s in the jump seat. There's the aircraft now. First up is the little hop over to Vadsø, then direct to Tromsø this time, skipping all the stops I did yesterday coming over here. Then it's a change of plane to get up to Andøya, a stunning place that's also a military airfield, and which means Duck Island, just so you know. And then finally over to Andenes, which serves Harstad and Narvik.
So we're taxiing back, V1 rotate 88 and 5,000 feet set.
Altitude select, transponder checked.
2 Mike Bravo, wind 180 degrees, 201 knots, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff, just 2 Mike Bravo.
Ready? 3, clear takeoff.
Ready.
Set power 97.
Power set. 60 knots.
60 knots.
V1, rotate. Booster right.
Gear up.
Gear up checked. 400 feet.
Flap 0.
Flap 0 checked.
Pitch selected, set climb power.
Altimeters 1002. 1002, check is complete.
Approach for the Vadsø airport, we'll see on the other side there, but we'll probably continue as a visual approach pretty soon, as long as we're through the first part here. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick brief.
Yeah, I'm ready.
RMP Alpha and via Victor Delta 512
Select.
vertical speed selected.
Checked. What's information? Go morgen, Widerøes 2 Mike Bravo. Leaving 5,000 feet now, 2 miles from Victor Delta 512.
Temperature 1, viewpoint -3, QNH 1002.
Copy runway 25 in use, QNH 1002. Widerøe 2 Mike Bravo, we are flying the RMP Alpha.
RMP Alpha, Roger, runway condition code 6.
Condition code 6, thank you.
Code 6, edge protection props. Starting
Props
descent. And we're
Checked.
700 feet set for RMP approach.
Condition levels max. Flap 35 set and checked.
500.
Checked. Speed 1.4. Checked.
100.
1.4.
50. 40.
1.4.
30. 20. 10.
Spoilers. 60 knots.
Locks on.
Locks on.
Widerøe 2 Mike Bravo, landing time 05.
2 Mike Bravo.
After that very short hop, now it's time to do the long run direct to Tromsø.
Spoilers flight before takeoff checklist complete. Check runway 25, heading 251, heading 251. Your controls, mic controls. Set power 97. Power set. 60 knots, 60 knots. V1, rotate. Master rate, gear up.
It doesn't take long on this flight before we feel the effects of Russian GPS jamming.
GPS outage. Oh right, that's from the GPS jamming. Yeah. So if you have a push message here, you can see it's pretty abnormal.
As I mentioned in last week's video, this is an ongoing problem for airlines flying in this area. Widerøe feels it the most because they have so many flights close to the Russian border, like this one. When this happens, they simply use backup systems for navigation. It isn't critical to safety and they're well prepared for it, but it is a headache to have to deal with.
Yeah, obviously we fly on GPS points, and the routes we fly have a required navigation performance, which in this case is 2 nautical miles, and then it also gives us our actual navigation performance, which depends on the GPS signal that we are getting, and also other navigation aids that are ground-based. And currently it's using DME to get our position the most accurate because the GPS signal is out.
What is DME?
This measuring equipment usually sits on a VOR or a localizer, so that gives you pretty accurate distance. So from that you can just pinpoint where you are. Yeah. Especially if you have 2 different DMEs. Yeah. And also on the Dash 8, it doesn't have this automatic altitude capture feature, so you have to arm this capture feature, and that's why it's also quite important for us to monitor that it actually does capture the altitude that we have set. Because on many other airplanes, whenever you set the altitude, it also means it will capture that altitude. Altitude capture checked. Whereas in our case, we have to arm this altitude select mode for it to catch the altitude. That's why it's quite important when we get a new altitude and we set it, the call out for the pilot monitoring is altitude select to verify that we have actually armed this altitude capture mode. 72. I think maybe just under 2,000 total hours. I believe I have around 7,000 hours. I worked here for 15 years now, and yeah. But it's quite, I only had this based in Tromsø time, so it's a lot of short field and short legs, you know, so you sure, or Hammerfest, which is the airport that we fly to maybe most often outside Tromsø, they have 1,600 landings, so it's a lot of landings in one airport. Landing 15 center checked, condition 1050, wings check left, check right, cabin clear, receive, checklist complete, checked, cholesterol is box. Stabilized, condition box. 500. Speed and target checked, going slightly below. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Nordic 1124 via Ecuador runway line up runway 18.
Spoilers. 60 knots. Door controls. High control. Slow zone.
Widerøe 2 Mike Bravo, taxi via Charlie to stand 25.
Charlie stand 25 Widerøe 2 Mike Bravo. Charlie stand 25.
Alright, back in Tromsø. Now time to change aircraft for the last 2 legs of my Widerøe adventure.
We like to have a couple of those days where you have to use all your knowledge and experience, and but you don't want to have it every day.
Yeah, you don't want to be tired all the time, but the satisfaction of completing a day with a little bit challenges is higher than if it's an easy day of work.
Yeah. But a day like this is we just enjoy it. The island in front of us is called Senja, and it's the outer part of the coastline.
West coast.
The west coast of Senja is one of the most beautiful places you can find in Norway.
It's quite famous to visit as a tourist to see the island.
Yeah. Maybe there's 160.
Overhead Kuala, this time flight level 120 this time.
23.
Approach Aztec 1 mile from
Standard 120.
Overhead 14.
So you can see parts of Senja now. The island is almost like a hand with all the fjords like fingers. So people live just in the
and if your neighbor is over the fjord, it's a long drive around.
Yeah.
It's short by boat, but then sometimes the weather is so bad. Right.
So you can see some small villages and houses scattered around all the fingers of Senja.
Wow.
Good morning, Aston 13, flight of 2, flightable 100 with hotel. Request the overhead, followed by individual ASRs.
Aston 13, flight Andøya. Good morning. ASR not available, radar unserviceable this time. Continuing by the field, descent 5000. QNH 99.
Sorry, your height?
996, 2400. Passett opp høyden hvis du vil.
S13, 996 QNH. Confirm we are direct to field.
Safer.
transit, 1050. 1050, set wings, check left, check right. Cabin on use, checklist, it's complete, flaps 50, settle checked.
Okay. Set power 80. Power sets. 60 knots. 60 knots. Pulse rate. Gear up.
Earlier this morning we were at Andenes and there was some military ships just practicing or fighting just north of in the fjord.
Yeah. But Andøya is really a windy place, so the people who choose to live there, they
On the west side coast,
yeah. They have strong foundations on their houses.
Some of the houses are quite impressive to see. They've got wires over the roof and they're bolted down to the ground just so they don't lose their roofs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stabilized, condition level marks. Spoilers.
Yeah, just
60 knots. Lock on. Parking stand 28 with 16 on them.
You think we still fuel?
Yeah. Good.
Well, that's it for my Widerøe Northern Norway Arctic adventure at the end of 11 segments over 2 days. As is so often the case, the most impressive part of it all was just how friendly and hospitable and cool to talk with all the pilots were. And it was so cool to be a part of that for a minute, to see how they do their thing. Always fun on the Dash 8 in this kind of environment. And it's clear I need to come back here at some point and do more in Northern Norway, because I think I missed out on some of the most epic airports, and I saw some scenery from the sky that I want to get closer to. So thanks for coming along on this little mini series about Widerøe and Northern Norway, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Let me know what sort of similar thing I should do next that I haven't thought of. If you have any ideas, I'm all ears. Out in Arctic Norway for Flight Radar 24, I'm Gabriel Lee.